My wife and I started creating videos on YouTube in 2016. We didn't know that our niche was going to be such a difficult niche. It's a tiny niche, full of objections, and that is the main reason why we got so good at marketing. And in this video, I wanted to share the biggest lessons that I've learned growing a 230,000 subscribers YouTube channel, a 7-figure business on the back of it, and all of the lessons in marketing that we still use today to sell pretty much anything from $9 to $20,000. The very big first lesson that we learned was around messaging. Of course, we had no idea what messaging was when we started. What we realized when it comes to ballet, we didn't know that adults specifically had so many objections on even imagining them doing it. This doesn't happen in yoga, this doesn't happen with Pilates, doesn't happen with fitness, golf, university, anything. Anyone at any age could do Pilates, right? Or maybe start university, studying law, or even medicine, who cares, right? But when you say to an adult, would you like to try ballet? They immediately put their hands and say, oh, I'm too old for that, I'm too unfit for that, I'm too out of shape, I'm not flexible, and so on and on and on. And yet, we managed to sell more than $1 million worth of digital products to this kind of people. Again, if I knew that this niche was going to be so tiny and so difficult, probably we would have chosen something different. But without all these lessons, we wouldn't have become so good at marketing. What we realized by talking to our ideal customers, ideal clients, was that, first of all, ballet was one of their childhood dreams. It's something they always wanted to do. So instead of selling ballet videos to people, we started reframing our messaging around their desires and trying to crush all of the objections. Everything that Alessia has done with Lazy Dancer Tips was creating a space for adults where they can practice their childhood dream hobby / profession that they've never managed to achieve because of family, environment, friends, whatever, in a way that was approachable and easy to step into. Just move the couch and dance at home. Every single piece of content was about the life of an adult that felt not right for the discipline, that felt unfit, unflexible, and quite frankly, a little bit ashamed of even trying it. When we nailed down this messaging, everything changed because we were not selling ballet anymore. We were selling a dream to a specific class of people. We didn't used to just call out, hey, if you're an adult that want to learn ballet at home, blah, blah, blah. We just spoke to the pain of these people. Like if you always wanted to do ballet, but your family was against it, try to do this little exercise and do your first plie at home. Nobody has to watch. So you don't have to call out your people. You can just speak to what they live every day. And if you are in a tricky niche, this is how you can attract more of your people without having to push as much, but letting the right people come to you because you are speaking the same language, meaning you have to study your avatar and really understand what they're going through and speak their language. Meet them where they are. This is the very first big lesson. By the way, in order to sell $1 million worth of digital products in a tiny ballet niche, over the years we developed a framework to write sales pages. The problem with sales pages, especially if you're not a seasoned marketer, and you probably don't want to be, frankly, it's that we are trying to be someone we're not. And what we found is that the most genuine you are, the more you will sell. And I put together our template, our framework, along with a trained GPT on our method on how to extract the sales copy from your head and turn it into the best sales page you've ever written in your life. It's a bundle that I put together. There's no excuses because it's $9 and you can access it from the link in the description box below. The second big lesson was how to make offers, because our very first offer was a flop. Imagine this, we've grown a YouTube channel of, I think at the time was about more than 10,000 subscribers for sure. and it was growing pretty fast. So we thought, there's so many people that want this type of workout videos, ballet inspired workout videos. So we decided, let's create a membership when we will have more of the same videos and we can sell it to them. We didn't even know that it was a little bit nonsense to sell people something they already had for free on YouTube. Exactly the same thing. So why would they pay us for something they already have? But we did it anyway because we didn't know what we were doing. And when we launched it, of course, we had a solid foundation of huge fans that signed up anyway at $9 a month. But they was just about like 30 or 40 people at the beginning. Out of more than 10,000 people, only 30 or 40 people signed up, even if the price was so low. Then later we realized it's because of the reason that I told you before. We were selling exactly the same thing that we provided for free, and it didn't make any sense. By the way, we killed ourselves to build the back end of the membership, and it didn't matter how much we worked, that membership wasn't going to work. When we realized that an offer is not just a bunch of videos, that's when we really stepped up our game. We needed to differentiate the free content versus the paid content, meaning we needed to create an offer that was not comparable to what we were providing for free. For free, we were providing videos to attract the right people with exactly the same aspirations and problems that we wanted to fix, and give them a little taster, a little fix to a small problem. Maybe it's a routine, maybe it's a discussion about one specific thing. But then when you make them pay, you cannot offer the same thing. When our membership started to take off was when we started creating a journey for people. Of course, if you are smart enough, you can go on YouTube and learn anything you want if you know which videos in which sequence to watch in which season of your life. But the majority of people don't have the time nor the brain to do any of that. That's when you curate a journey for them, it becomes extremely valuable. So I remember the first time we created our beginner's ballet course, which was a 4 weeks course where we kind of used the same type of videos we did online on YouTube, but in sequence and with the right cadence, with the right structure. That became a hit. We sold thousands of that course. And on the back end, after the 4 weeks, we said, do you want to continue your journey? There is the continuation of the journey in a membership that you can join now and work on your stamina, work on specific body conditioning, specific technique, all the way down to becoming very good at ballet. Of course, we didn't promise that you would become a professional, but it's the destination that people buy into. And if they love you as their mentor, as their teacher, your only job is to make an offer that is so good that it's an incredibly easy yes for them to take. Especially if you divide your offers into a very small entry level at the beginning, and once they're in, they would want more and more and more. Because the more they learn, the more problems they uncover, the more you can fix for them. As long as you keep track of their journey and you curate it for them, that is when an offer becomes irresistible. And we got very good at that because we sold thousands of courses of this kind of type to so many adults online, even if the niche is so tiny and small. The third biggest lessons that we learned in this journey was that I think at some point I heard, if you want to make more money, just make more offers. And I completely misunderstood the message. So we started creating more products to make more money because I thought if we sell more products, they are like little workers that work with us, and they're little salespeople that every day they'll sell for us, right? The more I have, the more income we will have. And at the beginning, it kind of felt that way. We were completely spread out. We had our membership, we had a bunch of Udemy courses, we had different stream of income. But then at the end of the day, we created so many little fragmented products that was almost impossible to promote because we didn't know which one to promote. And we only had 4 videos per month on YouTube that we could sustain to give value and also make an offer. And when you have 100 products, how do you know which offer to make? I think I spent 4 or 5 months trying to build a quiz funnel to rule all of our products. We wanted just one quiz to direct the right people to qualify for the right product. But that was just a solution to a fundamental problem in our business. We did not focus on one specific product. Now, this doesn't mean that you should only have one product, but you should definitely have one core offer and different layer of proximity to you if you want to keep your sanity. So after having created a spaghetti monster business, the lesson was that I needed to keep everything as simple as possible. Because if you focus on one program and you give it all of your energy, first of all, the results, the quality will be better, the delivery will be amazing, and the marketing will be easier because you don't have a million things to promote, you just have one. And if you want to have more offers, nothing stops you from keeping exactly the same promise, the same offer, but at different layers of proximity. You can turn a program into a course. You can turn a course into a one-on-one coaching program. But the promise is the same, it's just a different layer of proximity to you. This is how we do it now. This way we keep everything incredibly simple. We have one funnel, one messaging, and one core offer with different layers of proximity. This has been the best lesson since we started because our sanity is the most important thing. So to sum it up, the first thing would be to clarify your message, because you don't need to be louder. You just need to be more specific. You want to make the right people listen to you by whispering, not shouting louder. That is messaging, and it's such an important thing. Second thing, if you create irresistible offers, there's nothing to think about. The people would just jump on it because it's an easy yes. And the easier you make it, the more you'll sell and upsell on the back end. Speaking of the back end, if you focus on one single offer with different layer of proximity, your business is going to be so simple that you wouldn't need a team, you wouldn't need so many people helping you out with this, and you can run it with just you and a VA or a partner. This has been our journey selling low ticket offers. But if you're selling high ticket offers, the story is slightly different, but the concepts are very similar. If you want to sell more high ticket offers and you don't know why sales are a little bit flat at the moment, in this video I explain exactly the 3 main blind spots that many coaches have that are stopping their sales. You can watch it right here.